From Lagos, this is
Jordan 105.5 FM.
Enjoy the vocal chain of entrepreneurial development talk and business viewpoints across all our shows.
We have taken 3 steps forward, giant. And you know what that's happening?
What happened?
We took about 4 steps backward.
Principles of influencing your consumer or your customer.
Tune in and stay locked. We are Jordan 105.5 FM, your entrepreneurship and value station. Yep, it's Jordan 105.5 FM right here in the city of Lagos. It's time for, the ease of doing business. Yes, the engineering ease of doing business, where we get to speak with engineers from all across the country right here on the show. And today we'll be speaking with engineer Idayat Adiremi Amusun, FNSE. She is the first female agriculture engineer in Nigeria and the 4th APWEN president. Good afternoon to you, ma.
Good afternoon. Nice to be with you.
It's a pleasure having you here with us in the studio, ma. How's the journey been, ma?
It's fun and not funny.
Fun and not funny.
Yeah.
Okay, let's first touch on the not funny side of the whole journey in the world of engineering in Nigeria.
The not funny side is the societal acceptance of female in the world of
engineering,
of men. And that's the not so funny part of it.
Okay.
Professionally, it's fun, but dealing with the societal aspect of it, it's not always too funny.
Now, how were you able to navigate it over the years till this very moment?
Well, you win some, you lose some. That's the way it is. And I think, first of all, you must understand the terrain.
Okay.
Having realized that the society is not too receptive to you in that field, the field that they have societally designed for men.
Okay.
So realizing that you need to blend, not to attack, otherwise you will not be allowed to play in that field. And there is need for you to be on the table to play your role. So you need to blend, you need to collaborate, and you need to realign your goals so that you can meet with all those other challenges that will come along with it.
Blend, collaborate, and realign your goals is very, very important as you navigate through the world of engineering. Now, there are some inaugurations that's happening today, talking about the Okwebi and the Mende Link Ridge Road and things like that. These are construction done, I wouldn't say 100% by Nigerians. Now, you've been in this field for years. And still yet, we still don't have a solid Nigerian engineering company that would embark on maybe a state government project or a federal government project from A to Z. Why is it so, really?
Let me say this first. We have qualified Nigerian engineers who
True.
can handle any job.
projects.
The wherewithal lies with the government. And then that's what we're saying. Government needs to have belief and trust in the Nigerian engineer. They need to be challenged, and they will give results. I can vouch that Nigerian engineers, well challenged, will deliver.
Well challenged will deliver. Okay. Now, you talked about the fact that the government needs to trust Nigerian engineers.
Yes.
Why is the trust not there? I mean, we have the Nigerian Society of Engineers, which in quote is Nigeria. Why? What is making the trust not to be there?
The policy, the government policy, and the enforcement of these policies.
Okay.
There are policies and policies here and there, supposedly to lift the Nigerian engineer. But what about the will to execute the policy? That is where we are lacking.
Okay.
To challenge is not a big deal. But what about the will? They give the jobs to the foreign companies for whatever reasons.
Okay.
But then even the foreign companies, because of the underlying factors will take their drawings and data outside the country and bring it, forgetting that the Nigerians know their terrain better than anybody. And if they are going to analyze any data, it is the Nigerian engineer who is on ground that can analyze this data better. And until not only the government, even the community should start to trust the Nigerian engineer. That's the thing. And until we do that, own your own.
Okay.
Otherwise, nobody is going to own it for you.
Mm.
And that's what we are saying in the Nigerian Society of Engineers. We have a barrel full of brains who go out and excel. I don't think, and I've been outside the country severally, and I've seen Nigerian engineers excelling. The terrain is not different. The engineering is engineering. It's just that those people have given them
the platform
to perform. So why are we not giving ourselves the same platform to perform? And until everybody comes together to ensure that we do that, because there is not going to be development.
Okay.
The only way you can develop your country is through engineering. And if you don't hold it properly, then you are still backward. And that's where we are now. You will find that so many foreign people come into this country and make money and leave. The Nigerian engineer is relegated behind because we lack the trust. We don't even trust our own, and we cannot even challenge our own. So to push the Nigerian engineer forward, these things have to be done. And let me say this, there are so many thriving Nigerian fully owned companies thriving in the country. So you that tells you that all they need is a platform from the government to excel beyond where they are now.
All they need is a platform to excel beyond where they are now. Now, I want to touch on this real quick. Given the fact that I don't want to use government, some individuals also will bring a foreign, call them the expatriates, to come down to the country to embark on a project. And they would be the ones supervising, while the manpower are Nigerians. The ones climbing, the ones building are Nigerians. What is being done to change that narrative at this very time? Why not give a Nigerian to supervise from the scratch to the end of the project?
You and I know the reason. You and I know the reason. But then let's talk about it. I just told you now that you have to own your own. And if you don't own your own, nobody's going to own it for you. We brought in expatriates, and we have not been able to show them that we trust ourselves. So of course they will go and bring other people in, and then they are really laughing at us because they get the job and then they employ us to do the job. Isn't that funny? So it's a slap on us and the society completely, because these people come in, they employ us, we do the job. They go out with millions of naira and they pay us peanuts because, of course, we didn't sign the contract with them. We wouldn't even know what
the contract is entailed.
Yes. So, of course, by the time they do all that and they employ us, and they don't bring, the era where they bring foreigners down has passed, because now they know that we have qualified engineers, competent, reliable engineers in the country. So they don't bring expatriates anymore. Before they do that, it was draining their resources. But now they employ us because they know the quality of that we have. So they use us to make the money and leave the country. That's why I said policy. The government policy has to change.
Okay.
We need to start to look at how best can we enhance and utilize the Nigerian engineer to the best of the country, to the development of resources. Infrastructure is suffering. It's not all the jobs that you can give to foreigners. So those that can be given to Nigerian engineers, give it to them and let them excel. You will see them perform. Once they start performing at the lower level, they grow up. And there's no way you can get better if you are not challenged. So we keep saying, challenge us and see if we will not excel.
Challenge us and see if we will not excel. Very, very important. Now, as the first female agriculture engineer in Nigeria, what prompted you to take on that very baton? What prompted you to say, it's time for me to to step out and do this thing that nobody has done in this country before?
Well, let me say this. I didn't know that there was nobody reading agric engineering.
Wow.
I didn't know. And I grew up amongst boys, and I went to a girls-only school.
Okay.
So the challenge was pass your exams. So my own philosophy was I was good in maths and the sciences. Fine. And the agric thing came in because I like food. So I now, at that time, that profession was just coming in.
Okay.
And I just felt that why not combine the two? And it came up that there's a course like that. Fine.
Wow.
But my parents have a role to play.
Okay.
My father is a stickler for education. And then you have to do that to be on the table. And once you are good, he's going to support you all the way. So when I said I was going to read engineering, he didn't question me.
Wow.
He encouraged me. And even I didn't study where everybody is. I went to Nsukka. He still supported me. He didn't even know where it is. I didn't even know where Nsukka was just on the map. But he supported me. That if that's where you want to go, so be it. And he encouraged me to from the beginning to the end. Even when I finished, he did encourage. His own is excel in wherever you are. And that's what happened.
Wow, quite amazing. Now, as the fourth president of APWEN, what did you do differently? What did you do differently? What did you bring to the table that no one actually brought during your tenure?
Let me say this: there's nothing nobody has never done. Everything has been done. The wheel keeps turning. But when I was the fourth president, we weren't too many. So the challenge as of today was not that one. The main challenge was visibility at that time, because it was strange. You walk in somewhere and say you are an engineer. Even the CEO will look at you twice. So we needed to work on the visibility, and that's what I really enforced at that time, to ensure that many people heard. Not, some know that they are just there. They don't even know that we're performing. They didn't know. And at that time, a lot of us were in the oil industry, a lot of us all over. But not many people knew that we existed. So that was the major focus at that time. And then the other one was encouraging the younger ones to study engineering. At that time, you have a class of 50 and you have one female engineer there. And that was not too good for us at that time. So we focused on campaigning, and we campaigned throughout the country. And at that time, NNPC was very supportive. They were giving us their planes to take us around the country. We went as far as Sokoto, Kaduna, and all those kind of things. Campaigning for the girls to go to school, not only to go to school, but study science, so that they can become engineers. And to the glory of God today, I think we are not there. But I think the population has increased. And I feel happy about that.
Amazing. It's year 2026, and let's touch on the education system for engineers in the country. I always say this: the engineering world is a hands-on skill. You need the education, no doubt about that. You need to know the calculation and things like that, but it's hands-on. You need the practical knowledge. You need to do it to know that you can do it. Has there been any change in the school curriculum, and has there been any improvement in the hands-on skill in our schools at this very time, compared to then when you kicked off?
Let me say this: the structure of engineering has tiers. You have the artisan, you have the technician and technologists, and you have the engineers. So it's a pyramid. Right now, I will agree that the pyramid is now overturned. First, because most of the community did not understand what it was to be, or what it is to be an engineer, and then to have the engineering pyramid. So everybody wants to be an engineer, forgetting that there are other people that have to do X, Y, Z down the line. So the pyramid right now is overturned. And we need to do something about it. And that's why we are talking about skills development all over the place. Skills development will employ a lot of youth population. And then we create many, many entrepreneurial jobs,
Okay.
which is engineering based. There are some things that engineers cannot do without, but we don't have it. You will recall there was a time in the building industry when they were even bringing bricklayers from Cotonou,
Yes.
Benin, and all that. That was the effect of that overturned pyramid. We didn't have enough skills. We couldn't get qualified technicians to
Okay.
do the job. So each one of them has a role to play in the engineering pyramid. And once it is overturned, a lot of things go off key. So to have that pyramid turned back, we have to focus more on skills development. In Lagos State today, I know that there are 5 technical schools, technical colleges. All over. 5. But then
Is
what
that enough?
That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I won't say it's enough, because one, we have a large number of youth who are unemployed. But if we skill them properly, they will be gainfully employed and they will contribute to the economy. So we need to have more than 5 in Lagos. Not only having 5, having them functional is very key, because there's no point if you have technical colleges that are ill-equipped and that cannot function as the way they should be. So we need to start to rethink about the technical education in the country right now. And we need to look at the skills development,
Okay.
because it is very, very vital to anything that we want to do. And that's why the foreigners are taking up our jobs, because they already know that we have that upturned.
Yeah.
And that's why if you offer the young few ones that we have peanuts, they will take it. Of course, once they start there, you can now scale it up to the engineer. Of course, it will still come down. So we need to work on that. Technical education in the country is key. It's key for economical development of the nation.
Very important. The election is fast approaching, and there's been the debate of BVAS, IREV, and things like that. Well, in the 21st century already, where you go to some countries, election are being done online. You don't have to physically appear in some places to vote, to cast your vote, and things like that. The Nigerian Society of Engineers is a body that should be trusted to handle some certain things. You talked about the engineer being a pyramid, the artisans, the technicians, and things like that. Now, what is the gap between the government and the Nigerian Society of Engineers? People are still scared in 2026 of joining any society, any association that has to do in quote with Nigeria, because they believe the jobs are still not coming to them there. They would rather build a company and stay on their own and go source for jobs outside. Is there a gap between the Nigerian government and the Nigerian Society of Engineers that they can't be trusted to handle some certain projects?
It's the same realm we have been talking. You have to own your own. You have to employ your own. You have to trust your own. You have to build the capacity for your own. And like I said earlier, nobody knows the terrain more than you that own that terrain. So until we all come on that same platform to think alike, before we can start to see changes. Like I told you earlier on, talk about quality, we have it in the engineering society. Talk about competency, we have it in the Nigeria. Talk about reliability, we have it. It's just that wherewithal of policy and government that is there. And I will not say that government is not striving, but the pace is slow.
Okay.
And the society is developing at an exponential rate. So we need to realign.
Okay.
The government and the engineering society or the engineering family needs to sit down and realign to see that we are performing and giving the best to the community to ensure that the economic development of the country is at a peak.
Awesome. Now, what are you doing for the girl child? The veteran in the engineering field, what is that thing that you're giving back to the society, especially for the girl child, to say, this is from me to you, this is me saying, go out there, explore, and I mean, it will not be as difficult as it was for me in this very field. You go out there, use my knowledge, and grow on it.
The basic, like I said earlier on about the NIAP, Association of Professional Women Engineers.
Yes.
The initial target when I was the president, which is still on, is to target the younger ones
Yes.
to study STEM. To look at the girls, I mean, of course, each one of us at that time was enough as a mentor. You see me and say, here I am, I'm an engineer. A young girl will look at me and say, oh, sure, are you an engineer? I say, yes. And then all of us could also say where we are working. You, I'm working this, I'm lecturing, you are in the oil industry, you are in the electronics industry. They now see us that it's not a big deal.
Big deal.
And that campaign has been on up till now.
Okay.
And we have even gone further to start to talk about skills development for the girls. In the Ikeja branch of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, we have a program named after me, which is Project Skill.
Wow.
This is solely about developing the younger ones with particular reference to the girls. No, we are not leaving the boys out but it's like 60-40 or 70-30 to enforce that goal that girls can do it also. There's nothing wrong in technical job. Today we have young females who are electricians. We have young females who are motor mechanics. We have them all over the place. So why not you? And then when they come, they interact with us and they see all of us as female engineers. It encourages them more. So basically what is coming up from there is mentoring. Not only mentoring vocally, mentoring physically. There are about a month or two ago, the women engineers of Lagos branch, they went to Ajegunle to mentor girls. They have about 10 schools. I think there were about 100 girls from different schools that came together, and every single person that anchored the programs were female engineers. Is that not enough mentoring?
Wow, it is.
So that has been on, and it will continue because we believe that the more we vocalize the need for girls to come into engineering, the more we will have more young ones into the fold. They will be challenged to come in. And the girl said to us that day, even if I'm an engineer, can I still act? Is there engineering in acting? That was the question. And we just said, yes, there is engineering in acting. Sitting down here, all the cameras that roll here and there, precision, color management, and all those kind of things need to come in. And these are systems embedded in engineering.
Amazing. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time. Thank you for stopping by and speaking with us. For those of you just tuning in, you've been listening to the voice of Engineer Idayat Aderemi Amusun, FNSE, the first female agriculture engineer in Nigeria and the fourth APOEN president. Thank you so much, ma'am, for speaking to us. One final word before I let you go.
We are in the world, in the era today about women, international women development, and the theme is give to gain. And I think that is the word for today. You give to the young girls and women to ensure that they are empowered, they are resilient, and they can perform on the table, not by the table. To be on the table, you must be there.
Amazing. To be on the table, you must be there. Thank you so much, ma'am, for stopping by. We wish you a great day ahead, ma'am. All right, this is where we say a stop on this very time. Stay with me. The show continues. Jordan 105.5 FM right here in the city of Lagos. My name is Von Michael. It's your favorite entrepreneurship and value radio station.
You know me, God. Save your mind, you know me, God. I dig out